Hello, friends, and welcome back to the new episode of r/IDontWorkHereLady. And what better way to start a great day than a wild Karen story? So let's get started. A wild Karen meets her match. For background, I'm a police officer in Australia. I work in plainclothes. At work, I wear a business shirt with tie, suit pants, and have my utility belt with gun, taser, pepper spray, and all the other necessary accoutrements on the belt. I also have a police badge clipped to my belt and another police badge with my work ID around my neck. This incident also happened while coronavirus was spreading rapidly. Most businesses had been closed by government mandate. People have to ensure they are practicing social distancing or they can be fined. The government hasn't mandated that people stay home, but have limited the number of people allowed in groups. No contact with strangers, and you should only be out for work or essential supplies. It's also important to know that in Australia, members of the public cannot carry firearms in public, and it's difficult to get a license to even possess a firearm. A few days ago, I was at work and my partner needed to buy supplies from an office supply store nearby. The staff at this store wear blue polo shirts. We went to the store and my partner was getting everything she needed. I was waiting when I heard this screeching voice from behind me, "Where are the chargers?" I turn around and see this Karen standing there with her arms crossed, glaring at me. Now let me remind you that I'm wearing all my work gear and a bright pink long-sleeve business shirt. I say to the Karen, "I'm not sure where the..." Karen is not impressed and cuts me off immediately, steps close to me, well within what I consider my personal space, in the best of times, but when I'm at work, it's an offensive gesture. Karen then screeches, "You work here! How the hell do you not know where the chargers are?" I look Karen dead in the eye and with a stern voice say, "First thing, I don't work here. Second thing, I'm a police officer." I point at my gun, taser, and badge. Third, I think you are currently breaching social distancing laws and can be fined. Step back now. The Karen quickly turned around and ran from the store. I'm just happy that actual staff didn't have to deal with her, because she was rude from the start. I should have pointed out that a phone charger isn't an essential purchase. And our second story today. I don't work here. I don't even live in this state. I'll be referring to my grandmother in the German term for grandmother, which is Oma. That's just how I was raised to call her and feel more comfortable saying that. If you're having trouble, just substitute grandma anytime you read Oma. Now, this happened some years ago when I just turned 15. My Oma invited me to Colorado to visit her for a while, and I was all for that since I don't see her too often. A couple days into my stay, we went to buy some groceries. As my Oma was at the other end of the aisle, I was given permission to look for some cereal I might like. That's when I heard someone to the side of me ask for some help. Now, I'm pretty shy and usually try to avoid contact with people, but when someone needs help, I gladly jump in to assist them. "Excuse me, little miss. Would you mind helping me grab this bag of cereal? I can't reach it." It was a little old lady who'd gotten my attention. We'll call her NOL for short. "Sure, no problem." Now, I'm not considered amazingly tall. I'm just about average, 5'5", but this lady was like 5 feet tall. Just to reach that bag of cereal, I had to stand on my tiptoes and reach for it, but I managed to get it down and helped put it in her cart. "Do you need any help with anything else?" "No, thank you. My son is actually shopping with me too, but he had to run out to the car to get his wallet." "Okay then. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day." So I waved her off before turning around to go back to my Oma, who was still trying to make a decision whether to buy one thing or the other. It's been a while, so I can't remember exactly what she held in her hands. Then suddenly, a rough tap on my shoulder prompted me to turn back around. My eyes met with this middle-aged lady who was wearing workout gear. She shall be named Karen, as it's only right in this sub. "Excuse me, do you know where the ice cream section is?" Karen said. Seeing as how I've been following my Oma around and not paying attention, I could only respond, I can't think of where it is. I haven't been here before." "Oh, you're a new worker? Shouldn't you be accompanied by another person before helping people?" She seemed kind of curious. Realizing what Karen was thinking, I say, "Oh, I don't work here." "You helped that old lady before. You can't lie. I saw it with my own eyes." Well, I mean, she couldn't reach the cereal, so she asked me since I'm taller. "So you admit it." She let out an accomplished smile. I didn't even know why she was satisfied with my answer. It wasn't like she's really achieving anything. I did help her, but I'm not wearing a uniform. I was wearing a neon pink shirt with a cat on the front. I don't think that's a uniform for any grocery store. You should ask yourself that. You should ask yourself that. Why aren't you in uniform? Karen screamed at me. I don't have a uniform. I don't work here. After yelling that, I tried to walk away, but she stepped in front of me and bumped me back a little bit. Is there a problem? My Oma strolled over due to my yelling. Stay out of this. I'm trying to get this idiot here to help me find the ice cream aisle. Now for some background about my Oma. She's an older lady who used to be in the Air Force, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. She can be pretty intimidating due to the fact that she's over 6 feet tall. Did you just call my granddaughter an idiot? What gives you the right to talk to her that way? She's impersonating a staff member. She's the one in the wrong. Karen went to grab me, but my Oma put her arm out in front of me. Are you joking or just foolish? Look at her. Where's her name tag? She's not even dressed in the right color for the uniform. My Oma did not hold back her words. Like I was trying to tell you, I just helped the old lady get something that was out of her reach. I don't work here. I don't even live in this state. I'm just here to visit my grandmother. And I gestured to my Oma. But, she said as she tried to reach around my Oma, attempting to make another grab at me, but a pretty big guy with huge muscles pushed his way in front of the lady and cut her off. Lady, leave the kid alone. If you put your hands on her, I'll have no issues arresting you. He said that as he pulled out a badge, identifying that he was a police officer. Her face turned white before she tried to defend herself. She was, nope, don't say a word. Just walk away. It's not, ma'am. I won't say it again. Stop fighting with me and leave her alone. He said it with a stern voice, making Kay turn and walk away with her cart. After she left, we thanked the man again. As he was about to reply, a familiar voice called out, What's taking so long? Did you find the oatmeal I forgot? The little old lady said as she rounded the corner. Well, hello again, young lady, she said with a pleasantly surprised smile on her face. Hello, ma'am. Sorry, Mom. Some lady was pestering this girl. Didn't even know she was the one who helped you while I was away. He responded before turning to me. Thank you for helping my mother. I told her to wait for me to get back, but she's a little bit stubborn. The little old lady playfully slapped her son on the arm and made us laugh a bit. And after that, we chatted with the two of them for a bit and explained to NOL what just happened before we said our goodbyes. Funnily enough, we went to the ice cream aisle without Kay in sight. Never had as much satisfaction eating ice cream as I did reminiscing about Karen's face when the man showed his badge. And our next story today. I accidentally get the owner thrown out of his own establishment. So I'm one of the managers for a sports facility that stays open pretty late. Now this sports facility is pretty big with a couple of soccer fields, back rooms, even a hidden band room. That's for the owner's use only. And it can be pretty confusing to new employees. When it comes to the late shifts, we managers only have to stay until the busy time is over, then leave. It's up to our bartenders to close down for the night. We also each get a different late night to help with consistency and make it easier for all. My night is the easygoing Tuesday night, which also happens to be the night that the owner comes in with his band to practice. He's always super nice and checks in with me about how things are going, sometimes asking if there are any song requests before going into the hidden room. One night, I had a newer bartender who was doing both her first closing shift and first time on my Tuesday night. I stayed a bit later to make sure she wasn't going to be overwhelmed, and when things were basically done for the night, double-checked that she knew everything for the night, double-checked that she knew everything that needed to be done before I left, got in my car, and was about 5 minutes away when I realized I forgot to tell her about the band room. She needs to check the room before she leaves, and if no one is there, she proceeds normally. But if the owner is still there, he'll lock up and set the alarm, and just needs to let him know she's leaving. I sent her a quick text, and she said she'd take care of it, and that was the last I heard from her. So I figured everything went okay. Next day, I saw the bartender in the afternoon and asked how everything went. She informed me everything was fine, the band was there, so she made them leave and was out on time. I paused before asking, "You made them leave?" She said, "That's what you said in your text." I reread the text I sent her and realized that the wording I used could be read wrong, and it made it sound like she had to get the band out before she left. And I now realized she also didn't know who the owner was. I apologized to her about the misinformation before telling her the sad news that she just kicked out the owner and she was humiliated. When I saw the owner next, I asked him why he didn't say anything to her, and he told me she came in with such authority that I could tell she was just following directions from someone, and I can't get mad at someone for doing their job. Needless to say, the bartender now knows the owner, and he now checks in with her too on the night she closes with me. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.